This recording is to help you review for your quiz 2-1 to 2-2. If you notice, 1 and 2 we have to determine the domain and range of each relation and determine if the relation is a function. So as you're looking at our review here, remember domain are your x values, or the first number of your ordered pair. They need to be in least to greatest order, and we do not have any repeats. Your range are your y values, and the same thing as your domain. Least to greatest order and no repeats. The last part is to determine whether they are a function or not. The way to do that is to look at your x values and see if any of them repeat. In number 1, none of them do, so yes, it is a function. For number 2, I see that -1 repeats twice, but they go to different numbers, so that makes it not a function. Next, we have to represent our relations or functions in different ways. They give it to us in a table form when we have to represent it as a mapping diagram in ordered pairs. For A, your mapping diagram, don't forget to put input and output above your two semicircles. Remember, your input is your x values, and they need to go from least to greatest order starting at the top. And your output, same thing, least to greatest order starting at the top. Draw your arrows, and then you are done. For your ordered pairs, don't forget to put x, then y. Remember, your x value goes first, then your y, alphabetical order, separated by a comma and inside parentheses. Number 4 is just like 1 and 2, determining whether each relation is a function or not. Look to see if any of your x values repeat. If they do not, then you are good. 5 is a mapping diagram, and if you notice how 2 has 2 arrows going from it to 3 and 4, since it has 2 arrows going to 2 different numbers, that makes it not a function. Go ahead and flip it over using the vertical line test. So remember, a vertical line is a straight up and down line represented by this blue line here. Since anywhere we put it on this function, it will only hit it once, that does make it a function. If it hits it more than once, then it will not be a function. 6 and 7, we have to evaluate the function for the given value of x and write it as an ordered pair. So we have 12 and we have -2. Remember to rewrite your equation, take out your x, replace it with parentheses, and then replace it with the value of x. When you write it as an ordered pair, remember, your value of x goes first, and your output value goes second, separated by a comma and inside parentheses. Same thing for number 7. For 8 and 9, we have to determine if they vary directly or not. So looking at these, for the first one, your table, you have to set up all of these proportions, y over x, and determine if they all reduce to the same number. If they do, then it does vary directly with x, and we can find the constant of variation, which is the number that it reduces to, which is 4. For 8, number 9, since it has a number added or subtracted at the end, that means it does not vary directly. And the last one, figuring out the values for x and y to vary directly. Remember, if you put your y on top and your x on bottom for the first proportion, you have to put your y on top and your x on bottom for the second. To solve, when you have a fraction equal to a fraction, you must cross multiply and then solve.